Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Shimmy Bar Life. I hope this video finds you well and I hope you're surviving just like the rest of us. I don't even know what day of the week this is, to be honest. I'm just grateful that I'm alive, I'm breathing, and I can share this video with you. So today we're going to begin, of course, by some stretches. If you did my last video, I introduced some of you to the wild thing, which we're going to go practice today again. If you did not see my last video, I encourage you, you will. On the title, it will say Pilates Intro to Wild Thing. So I'll go ahead and do that one first. Of course, we're going to go back to those jackknives. We've done them twice already, so by this time, you should feel a little bit more comfortable. If not, like I always say, always take your time. Reminder, have your towels near you in case your neck or your lower back needs support. If you have the exercise ball, that's better for your lower back. Also, you have the option of using weights. If you want to add a little bit more weight to have a little bit more challenge, you're more than welcome to do so. Another thing, exercise bands. I actually found these at a Dollar General store for $5 and they come 3 to a pack. In case you don't have any, if you're doing an essential run, just run by there real quickly, grab a pack, and then of course you'll be in and out of the store real quickly. But these are great because they do add more challenge to your legs. So if you have them, go ahead and get them. Pause me, go ahead and get them. If you don't have to use them, but you do have that option, but they are great to have. Okay, so let us begin with the stretch. I'm gonna go face this way, and we're gonna start with a cat-cow. Of course, always a reminder, tuck in that core, support your spine, your lower back, lift up your heart, shoulders down away from your ears. We're gonna start with cat-cow. Be mindful of your alignment. We're going to inhale and drop our ribs, arch our back, look up, exhale, tuck it all. Inhale and exhale. 2 more times. One more time. From right here, we're going to stop at the tabletop. So make sure your alignment is correct. My right shoulder, my right hip, I'm going to go ahead and turn my neck, almost forming the letter C. Inhale, and then exhale back. And then the other side. Take your time as you move. You inhale, and you exhale. Other side. And of course, it's a reminder I am outside, so you're going to hear a lot of, like that one, commotion going on. Other side. From right here, find your balance. You're going to extend that right leg out. When you are ready, go ahead and lift so the leg is parallel to the floor. And when you are ready, opposite arm, extend as you're looking down, really elongate your body, stretch it out, and breathe. One more breath. From right here, my arm is going to extend out. My leg is going to extend towards you, and then come back to center. For 4, 3, 2, and watch your balance on this one, and 1, and we hold it here, extend, stretch it out, come back home and release. Other side. Please take your time with this one, since your balance also is at play. When you're ready, and hold. One more breath. Arm comes out to you. My leg goes out. For 4, 3, 2, and last one right here. And hold it. And come back and release. Big toes together, knees apart, arms extended, come back into a child's pose. Take a few breaths. From right here, let's go ahead and stretch out those shoulders. Then one arm's gonna go underneath the other. And stretch it out. You're gonna hear the waist management truck go by, but no worries, we're still in the middle of the stretch. And opposite side. Come back to child's pose and come back to that tabletop. Now we're going to get ready to do those wild things. So we're going to go ahead and tuck in our toes and come up to a downward dog. And he is going by right now. So we're going to go ahead and get ready for downward dog. Inhale, exhale up. Go ahead and give yourself a nice little stretch there. Tailbone straight up. Now notice again, my heels don't touch the mat. Why? Because I'm not that flexible on this particular move, but that's okay. When you're ready, that right leg's gonna go straight up. Bend that knee. I'm gonna twist and stretch it out. 2 more breaths. And then come back home. Downward dog. Left leg goes straight up. Now I am opening my hips. Bend that leg. Twist around as you catch yourself and reach. 2 more breaths. And come back. Downward dog. 1 more set. You got this. Really elongate, stretch it out. Leg goes up. Bend that knee. Twist. Come back home. Downward dog. Lift that leg up. Bend that knee. Twist. More breaths. Come back home. Downward dog. Bring knees down. Big toes together. Knees apart. Sit it back. Child's pose. Good job. And take a moment here to catch your breath. I'm going to roll up. So just to warn you, it's getting humid nowadays here. That's why I started a little earlier, and that's why you hear the waist management truck go by. But if you need to catch your breath, catch your breath. If you did that with me, congratulations. If you didn't, again, that's okay. Give your body time. It is an amazing exercise, it's an amazing stretch, but be very mindful when you twist. Take your time, because you are doing sort of a spinal twist there, so don't jump into the pose, don't rush it. You move with each breath. Let's continue on to catch our breaths. From right here, we're going to go ahead and get on our knees. Tuck in the tailbone, lift up the heart, shoulders down away from your ears, and roll those shoulders back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we go forward for 4, 3, 2, and 1, and slowly release. I always like to kind of stretch out the shoulders a little more, especially after doing that one. Although the power came from your core, but your shoulders do get involved. So you're going to feel that one in your shoulders. Just remember that don't put your weight on your shoulders, especially when you do a downward dog and the wild thing. You have to engage that core and lift with your core. So now we're going to go ahead and do those ab roll-ups. Now again, The weights are optional. If you want to use the weights now, you can. You're more than welcome to do so. If you don't have weights, as I mentioned before, you can use canned goods or water, bottled water, or you don't have to use weights at all. So we're going to go ahead, and this time we're doing 10. Normally I do either 6 or 8, but today in this video, we're doing 10. Take your time. We begin by being on our backs. Shoulders, hips, and feet are even weight. Remember, you can point your toes or flex them. Arms above the head. Then we move this fern out of the way. And we inhale up. Exhale down. Really engage that core. Now, if you're doing them with me, notice that I'm picking up my pace a little bit. That's because I need more of a challenge. And I'll explain to you after I'm done with the last 3. And then bring it back down. Stay right here. Excuse me. And just stretch it out. Now I did pick up my pace a little bit. I'm going to sit up for a little bit to talk to you. And there's a reason why. If the exercise is getting a little bit too easy for you, you gotta kind of step up a little bit, challenge yourself a little bit. For this particular one, I did speed it up a little bit. However, you don't have to. You could take your time. You don't have to do 10, you could do 8 or 6. Depending how you feel, listen to your body. But if you notice that the exercise is getting a little easier, that's when I start saying, start adding those weights. Start adding the bands. Let's go back. Now we're going to go into teasers. So from right here, again, really imprint your lower back to the mat. Your legs are extended. You can point or flex your foot. So when you come up to a teaser, remember that pose. We've done it before, a couple of videos ago. Tailbone straight down, you lift up your heart, legs parallel to the floor. Point those toes as we go down very slowly on the exhale. We come up on the inhale, exhale. Give me 3 more. Now we're going to hold it on the last one, right here. Hold it. Now notice how my hands are behind my knees. That's okay. I just want you to hold this pose. For 6 breaths. 3 more. 6 breaths, that's all you need. And then slowly release. Good job. Now the next time we do that, let me grab a little towel here. Now the next time we do that one, we're going to hold that pose for 1 full minute. I've done this in my class before. It is extremely challenging. If you haven't done it in a while, you're going to feel it. So I'm preparing you for that. So probably on my next video, we're going to do that one for 1 full minute. But we're not done with teasers yet. We're going to go back to the teaser, starting from sitting up position. Now hold this pose. Now I want you to tap. Right, left, right, left. 2 more times. Right, and then left. Hold it here, hold it here. If you can, this one's a little tricky. Extend your legs. Now notice how I still have my hands, and that's fine. Hold this pose, hold this pose. 3, 2, 1, and release. Ooh. Now it's getting really warm out here. So if you're outside with me, make sure you got that water bottle close to you. Have a towel to wipe up that sweat. If you're inside, you should be working up a sweat too. which is a very good thing. Ooh, actually feels really good out here. It's like hot yoga, but hot Pilates. You kind of sweat a little more. Let's continue. So now we're gonna go back to our backs. And we're gonna do marches. So my knees of course are bent. Shoulders, hips, even weight with my feet. Inhale, exhale up. Shoulders, hips, knees are all even weight. Inhale, exhale down. Inhale, exhale up. And my neighbor's mowing his lawn. Inhale, exhale down. And then one more time. Inhale, exhale up. And we're going to hold it right here. Now marches. You got to hold this pose right here. I'm going to start with my right. We're going to lift, down, left, down, lift, lift. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And hold it right here. Hold this pose and bring it down. We're going to do that again, but this time watch my feet. I'm going to bring my feet up in the ball of the foot. Inhale, exhale up. So now I'm a little higher, a little bit more challenging. Remember, your shoulders are stable. Hips, knees, shoulders, one alignment, and we march for 8. Right, left, right, left. Give me 4, 3, 2, and 1. And hold it right here. Hold it right here. We're going to do hip dips. We go down, hover, up for 8, 7, 6. Really engage that core. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it up. And then slowly come back down. Bring your knees to your chest. Rock yourself back and forth. Good job. From right here, we want to go ahead and roll it up and go right into those jackknives. Now, like I said earlier, we've been doing them before. We're going to do 6 in a row. 6 in a row, non-stop. Make sure I got plenty of room here. Now remember, you start off nice and tall. Please don't start off this way. That's incorrect. Tuck in your core, lift up your heart, start off nice and tall. Inhale to prepare, exhale back. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. How'd you do? Good job. Excuse me there. Now we're going to go ahead and do 4 more. However, when you roll yourself back, you're going to stop halfway into a teaser. You're going to hold that teaser for about maybe 2 or 3 breaths. It's a little bit more challenging. I'm going to do the first one to show you. So you start, then you go back. But when you come back, go into a teaser and then slowly release. We do that 4 times. Are you ready? Let's go. Hold it. Release. 4. Hold it. Release. 3. And last one. We got this. job. So go ahead from right now. I would like to just cross my legs stood up nice and tall. Ooh, catch your breath. That was a good one. I love doing those. Now I added a little bit of a challenge because, as I mentioned earlier, if some of the exercises are getting too easy for you, you gotta have to challenge yourself. Another thing that I also failed to mention, ankle weights. That's one thing I keep forgetting when I go into the grocery store or any store that sells any sports equipment, is ankle weights. If you add those ankle weights, not too heavy, maybe anywhere between no higher than 3 pounds, because those ankle weights return 100 pounds real quickly. So you could also use ankle weights or the ones that you use in your hands for more of a challenge. You're more than welcome to do that. Continue to catch your breath. But we're not done with those abs yet. No, we're not. So we're gonna go back. And we're gonna do what I call the letter J. And here's my neighbor again mowing his lawn. I apologize. We're gonna start with the legs up. And your hands above your head. So when you come up, actually the way you're supposed to look, I'm correcting myself. This is the way, this is the posture right here. So when you come back down, you start up straight, and then you lift for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So when you do that one, that's not my neighbor, that's a company, a long way company. Give me 1 second. So again, I'm sorry, my apologies. It is going to get a little noisy in here. It is a lawn mowing company mowing my neighbor's lawn. We will have about 6 minutes left, so please bear with me. But going back to those J movements, we're going to do 6 more. Just reminder, you lift your shoulder blades off the mat, and we do 6. So we lift for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then last one, right here, and slowly release. Bring your knees to your chest, rock yourself back and forth. Go ahead and stretch it out. So from right here, we're going to do a quick little stretch here. Your hands and your feet, walk them towards the right. Nice and long. And stay right here. I don't know about you, but those wild things got me earlier. Back to center. And walk to the left. Once again, I do apologize. I'm not sure exactly what happened. There's a lot of noise going on, so my apologies. So as soon as you were done with the C stretches, or the half crescent stretches, what they call it, we're going to go ahead and end it with one last stretch with the reverse plank. Now the good thing about the lawn mowing company, you gotta find the positive and the negative. I do love the smell of fresh cut grass. It reminds me of my childhood growing up in New England. So that's the good thing about it. I smell that fresh cut grass. It just brings back a lot of good memories. So let's continue on with the last of our stretches. Reverse plank. Be very mindful. Fingernails, or your fingers, face your toes. Shoulders, elbow, and wrist have to be aligned. So when you lift up, you engage that core. You inhale to prepare, and you exhale up, and we hold this pose for 5 breaths. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then we release. Take a little breather. I love doing that one because to me it's a very powerful pose. Let's start it again for a second. Inhale, prepare. Exhale. And we hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we have one more. How are you doing? Now remember, as a modifier, you can always go on your forearm and then lift. Watch that alignment. This is the last one. Are you ready? Could you hold it for 10 breaths? You can do it. Do it with me. Ready? Inhale, prepare. Exhale up. And we hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and slowly release. Ooh, how'd you do? Go ahead and stretch it out. Interlace those fingers, stretch out your arm. Now if you're doing those, I'm not sure if you were mindful of my breath. When I say hold for 10 breaths, it's those are breaths. If you were doing no, that's incorrect. You're cheating yourself out of the exercise and the stretch. So when you hold those poses, I'll give a quick example of a modified version. So when you hold that pose, you're inhaling and then you exhale. That's one breath. So be very mindful of your breath. Don't rush it. Pilates is not rush. You take your time. It's a controlled movement. If this was hard for you today, that's okay. As I mentioned before, Pilates is supposed to be hard, but little bug decided to stop by and say hi. Pilates is supposed to be hard. Challenge yourself. If you cannot do the 10 breaths, just do the 5 and then work your way up. As I mentioned in my earlier videos, repeat the same video, do it 3 times, and you will notice how your body will start to gain the strength. Once again, I do apologize for the intermission, but I'm glad that these guys are working. It brings me great joy to see people work. I enjoy the smell of fresh cut grass. Just try to find the positive and the negative, to try to stay positive during this time. I know it's hard. It's been tough on everybody. We're all trying to get through this. So once again, continue on with my videos. If you have any questions or concern, you can always leave them down below, or you're my friend on Facebook or Instagram. You can always send me a private message and I will reply. For my class, again, I miss you. Can't wait to see you guys again. Stay healthy, stay safe. Until next time. Bye-bye.